The shifts of the past 2 years have highlighted three key themes that are not just influencing the economic landscape, but reshaping it. Overall, the outlook for the economy and jobs is healthy, but slowing. In the US, real GDP grew 5.7%, which is the fastest annual pace since 1984. On the jobs front, over 6.5 million jobs were recovered in 2021. That was 3 million short of pre-pandemic levels. Still, 2022 is trending upward, and the unemployment rate is nearing pre-pandemic levels. With a smaller workforce, productivity will be even more critical to business resilience. The influence of inflation will persist in 2022. Right now, inflation is at a 40-year high due mainly to supply shortages, but magnified by global events. The rate will likely peak in 2022, but will probably remain above the Fed's comfort zone. The big question is, will wages keep pace with inflation? Wages grew more than 4% in 2021, compared to less than 3% on average in the 5 years leading up to the pandemic. That's well below the current rate of inflation. The way workers have responded to the evolving environment has been a driving force in this recovery. Whether we call it the Great Resignation, the Great Reassessment, or simply the Great Quit, the churn in the jobs market will stabilize this year, but turnover will remain elevated. Optimism among workers, especially in the United States, remains high. 86% say that they are optimistic about the outlook of work over the next 5 years. That's compared to 78% the previous year. The positive outlook hasn't dampened aspirations. Career changes are still in play as 70% of workers in the United States say that they have considered a major career change in the last 12 months. The flexibility factor will have a big impact on the emerging reality of the labor market. 2 in 5 workers say flexible hours are an important criterion in choosing a role. And flexibility of job location is a priority for at least 1/5 of US workers. 4 in 10 say that they would be open to a pay cut if it meant more flexibility. The next chapter in this labor market story may be titled The Great Realignment, as we see HR practices and business operations realigning to meet the emerging realities of worker preferences. While workers may not always be in the driver's seat, they certainly have a greater influence on companies in navigating the road ahead.